vicious winds and thunder and lightning and rain, my roof started leaking. Welcome to the Gambia, getting the full experience.
We're supposed to leave today. We're going to leave today. We hope to leave today to go back to Combo and take our flight out tomorrow night. So we'll see how that goes.
They call it moni, which is kind of like couscous, breakfast couscous.
It's good. It's not very similar to anything that I can put my
Or your mouth too.
you know what I mean. I can't put my finger on what it reminds me of.
So it looks like this. Almost looks like there's little, I don't know, peas or curds in it?
Yeah, not quite curd. It's a carbohydrate.
Okay.
Grain.
It's almost like rice pudding a little bit. It's interesting.
Yeah.
It's
kind of salty and sweet.
It's
a little bit. It's interesting. Yeah.
This is why I'm sick, because I'm not eating.
Yeah. It's lovely. Okay, what do you not like about that flavor?
Nothing. It's beautiful.
Yeah, right? I think it is. It's very tasty.
Oh my gosh. It's just different.
And different is bad.
Yes.
Okay, no, don't do it. Oh my gosh.
Jane, do you want to give a review?
Oh, hello. Nothing to say.
She thought it was delicious. I thought it was actually quite tasty,
really
tasty and
did like
interesting.
it a lot.
Yeah.
So, Gamble, if you ever doubted my love for you, this should dispel any doubt.
Any other professions of love for your eldest?
I love both my children equally.
So Dad, tell me why are we looking at this donkey right now?
Well, you refer to it as a donkey. I refer to it as our alarm clock.
For what time?
Midnight, 1, 2:15, 3:45, 3:47, 4:30, 5, and then we were awake for the rest of the day, so we don't really know it. We started to ignore it.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Yep, correct.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Okay.
See you later. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm saying he wasn't recording. I was using, what is it? What was that, Mom?
How different we are as compared to the time when we walked this breezeway 5 days ago.
Yeah.
Just how different we are. Should I open it now?
I think you should, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For me as well.
So the movie has it.
Well, we had a whole soup. Let's see what Yes, please, thank you.
Can I do mine first?
Yes. Ladies first.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this is beautiful. And I put this over my jeans so that you have that. Yeah. Oh, very nice.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Now you have something for maybe Commonwealth Day. Or
Excellent.
maybe.
So, last couple hours in the Gambia, tell me about it.
Oh, it's been really wonderful. It's wonderful because, wow, we met so many wonderful people that work with Campbell, and they were so welcoming and kind and made us feel like family, and that was wonderful. And just watching seeing what Campbell did and all of that great, it just was really, really wonderful. Right now I'm feeling overwhelmed. You.
Coming here, I knew, I think, enough to know not to expect what I expect, if that makes any sense. And it completely lived up to expectations. Memories of, I would say, I did not expect to be speaking with the imam from Campbell's Village in Spanish, in the Gambia, for instance. Just an amazing experience. I've never been to Africa before. I'm not sure I ever expected to come to Africa, and I just feel it was a profound experience that I've just enjoyed immensely. It's just been tremendous.
I loved having a moment with Campbell's black mom. I'm the white mom, black Nene and white Nene, and she's such a wonderful woman, and she and I had a loving moment, and without even being able to speak the same language, we knew what each other were thinking. I'm sad leaving Campbell. So
we hadn't seen Campbell for a year, and so we were so happy that we got to spend a couple weeks with him. Jane and Taco, Campbell's Gambian mother, are so alike. They couldn't have picked a better host mom. That's the other thing I wanted to say.
We're exhausted because everything is so different. Nothing is anything like, but nothing is familiar. The food, how we slept when we slept in Campbell's hut, the weather, people. We met the teachers this morning, and that was very similar. They have very similar situations as we do in America, so that was really wonderful. But oh boy, it's just the way the country is built and everything. It's just so different, and I found it just very, very exhausting, and wonderful, of course. But now I'm like, oh, I'm ready to just take a little rest now, and just look forward to Campbell's next year in the Gambia and hear more of his incredible stories and the work that he does with the community and the community explore together, and looking forward to hearing all about that.
I loved to see people's faces light up when we'd walk by and we'd say hello or, whatever, and then they'd say something, and then Campbell would start to speak in Pular or Wolof, and suddenly people's faces would light up to see somebody who they did not expect to be speaking the local language, talking to them and bantering with them, and the laughter, and then going to the craft market, and just, the joking relationship that different families have, and seeing Campbell representing his family and meeting somebody else from, who they have a joking relationship with, and then the haggling, or even in a restaurant where here's 4 people from the US, and then suddenly one of them is speaking Pular in a way that was unexpected and just delightful. And I'm just so happy to have experienced that and see how Campbell relates to people here.
Tell me what you thought about the Gambia.
Yeah, it was really incredible. Oh, thank you for. It was really incredible. I was astounded at how quickly I felt so welcomed by so many people. Campbell had told me that, the Gambians are a very welcoming and hospitable people with a big culture of hospitality, but he did not do it justice, because I don't think there is a way to do it justice. I felt so incredibly, welcomed and included. There were a lot of things that, for example, the Congaran, that they put forth for us, where it's the sort of thing that you sort of hear about and you maybe see in movies or documentaries or whatever, but to see it in person puts it in a whole nother perspective, because seeing it in person, no longer is this exoticized thing, right? It's this thing that I have been a part of. I know the people who do it, have met them at the very least. And to have sort of the context for it makes it all that much richer, I think. It makes it less alien and more just another culture, which, as somebody who studies that kind of thing, I found very interesting. Yeah, it's been incredible. My parents were talking about how different everything seemed. I found it sort of astoundingly similar in ways I wasn't expecting. It was novel, but it was similar, right? It was different to what I've experienced, but yeah, there was the same sort of friendliness and dynamics among family and dynamics among friends, and yeah, I thought it was really, really incredible.
Talk a bit about how Campbell prepared us by making things sound.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Campbell did a great job of sort of overhyping intentionally how difficult or weird or different it would be, saying, oh, you're not going to be able to eat almost anything. You'll take maybe 2 bites of something and that's enough. You know, they understand that your stomachs are weak. Or it's going to be oppressively hot, the hottest place you've ever been. Or the road, when we drive to the village, there's no road at all. And all of those things were true, but the extent to which they were true is pretty, much more manageable than he made it sound, which was very well thought out. There is no paved road, but there is a path where people go, right? The donkey carts and the taxis and the personal cars. It was hot, but not hotter than Washington, D.C., for example, in the summer. And it would have been fine to only eat 2 bites of the food, but the food was great. Some of it was pretty different. The moni comes to mind, which was, don't even know quite how to describe, almost like a rice pudding with like a smoky sour after, I don't know quite how to describe it. But it was all delicious and great, and all of our stomachs are doing quite well by the end of the trip, which was another thing Campbell said. He said, expect to get sick. If you don't, that will be a treat. And so far we are all treated very well.